Sup, bitches? Welcome back to the Sassy Spiritual Bitches podcast.
Ooh, I like it. I'm always wondering where we're going to go with that. Love
Me
it.
too. I don't know until I do it. So it's all good.
Love it.
So I feel like we should be roaring right now.
Mm-hmm.
'Tis Leo season.
Yes. At this very moment, I feel tired, but Leo season has been a real fun time so far for me. So far, so good.
I hate you.
We like flipped. Now you're not having a fun time.
Oh my God. My Leo season has been your Cancer season.
Oh, fuck, Cancer season.
Cancer season was great for me. I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah. Well, what's going on with you?
I am just so emo.
Really?
Oh my God. Like it's
how?
I don't know. Like I'll be like, I don't even know. Like I'll be super ticked off for no reason. And I'm like, okay, what the hell? What pissed me off even? Nothing. I'm by myself. Well, that's a good sign, you know? And then like today, it was just, I felt great all morning, got a lot of good healings done. I was feeling good. I came home and I was just spiraled in the feels, like straight up like, oh, everything sucks. And like, let's just get this next month over with. And like, I was just, I don't know what the fuck. I was a whiny little bitch.
Oh my God. Oh, that's funny.
I'm like, I don't want to go outside. I don't want to be seen. I don't want to deal with these people. Like,
oh, I wonder if that's why Leo season's bugging you, because it's part of like some of the stuff that we talked about in a couple episodes ago, like your shadow being seen and hear me roar and I'm here. So it's like trying to push you out there, but you're like, no.
Maybe, or I'm very tired.
Oh, interesting. I feel tired today. You said that the Schumann resonance spiked though.
At about 12:30, yeah, because I crashed.
Yeah, I wasn't like alive and thriving, but I was hanging out with my mom and her alarm goes off at apparently 4 a.m. So it happened to me a few days in a row. So that was why. But then, yeah, I was doing fine. And then, yeah, around like 12-ish, I was just like, holy shit.
Apparently that's when it spiked because yeah, today I napped and I don't nap. Or I tried to nap, I should say. Because I just couldn't keep my eyes open. But just in general, it's been, it's not a physical tired. It's how do I explain it? It's like an emotional tired.
Ooh, yeah.
Like kind of that burnt out feeling.
Yes.
That's
definitely
how I feel.
me in Cancer season.
Yeah, that's how I feel right now.
Oh, that's not fun.
No.
How am I doing in Leo season? Well, I don't know. I feel like in Leo season, you're just allowed to be as extra as you want to be. And you know me, I'm a little bit extra. Yeah. So I just I'm like, oh, it's been so healing actually. First of all, I can't stop spending money. And if you guys follow me on Instagram, I posted the thing the other day. I did a poll and it was like, my mood all Leo season is just like, I'm Beyonce and I deserve everything. It's spending money. So I kind of updated my wardrobe. I got my hair cut. I did some things like that. I've been kind of gallivanting around with my family. Also working a lot. So I'm very tired. Seems like a very Leo thing to be doing, like going and moving and shaking and here. And I'm like
burning the candles at both ends.
Yeah. And it just happened to be planned that way. And I'm like, fuck.
Yeah. It's funny because like we were talking about rehearsal the other day because there's like 3 of us Leos in that cast. And the one lady, I guess, she wasn't at rehearsal yet, but her husband was coming to bring like drinks and like surprise everybody for her big birthday that was happening the next day. And I guess her husband told, who they were organizing it with, oh no, like this is a small fraction. Like her birthday is like a week-long thing every year. And I'm like, right? And I'm going, ew. Like I can't fathom. Mm-hmm. Like, what do you even do? If I could be left alone for a week, I'm like, yeah, let's do that.
Oh, for real. I
don't know. I don't understand it.
I used to not celebrate my birthday, and I used to just find it like a really annoying inconvenience when everyone's like, what are we going to do? We should plan this. We should do that. I hate planning things with other people. I like to do stuff with other people, but fuck the planning stage. And I feel like I am very, like, I'm a natural leader. Like, it just happens. It always has. So people always look to me for everything.
Yeah.
I'm like, if you ask me one more fucking question, I'm going to kill all of you in your sleep.
I think it's because of where my birthday falls.
Yeah.
So no one's ever done any, like everyone's always gone.
Right. And your birthday would be on like summer vacation and
yeah.
school.
So like nobody was, I used to be so jealous as a kid of people who had birthdays in the school year.
Mm-hmm.
So if I had like 3 people at a birthday, that was a big deal.
Oh, wow.
So or like people would say they were coming and then they ditch out. So I just feel like birthdays to me are like more trouble than they're worth.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I used to feel that way. Like elementary was good, you know, whatever. And then as an adult, I found it annoying. And my birthday would be in finals week in university. Oh. So nobody was partying, which was okay. It didn't bother me any. And then all of a sudden it's like, I know that what you give to yourself, people will then give back to you. It's like how the law of cause and effect. So then I turned 30 in the middle of COVID lockdowns. And like, I was going to celebrate turning 30, but I had set the pace for the last like 10 years that I didn't want to celebrate. So it was like a very underwhelming event. And I got super mad at Graham and I was like, what the fuck, bud? And so now we celebrate a little bit.
No, I planned for my 30th. I was like, you know what? I don't do anything. I'm going to give people lots of notice. I made special invitations. I ordered a cake. Not one person came.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. No wonder why you don't want to celebrate your birthday. Don't get your hopes up.
Well, I don't even think it's that. Because I think I just am like, well, all right.
Yeah, no. And then one time I'm an astrologist and I don't know, she's obviously a psychic as well. She just is like this really eccentric woman and she just flutters around all like buzzes around like a little bee, you know? And then every once in a while she'll just look at you and say something. And you're like, how did you know that I have a problem with that? And she's like, you have to celebrate your birthday. She just out of nowhere. She doesn't even know. She's like, you have to celebrate your birthday, Kayla. It's the day you came into this world. And it's like, if you don't celebrate, you're not even celebrating like the life that you created for yourself. And I was like, okay, Lori, I'm going to do that. I'm going to celebrate. And she also looked at me another time. She's like, anger's not a bad thing. She's like, anger and passion are ugly cousins. Nothing would ever get done if people didn't have anger. And then I was like, yeah, you're right. Like
anger and passion are ugly cousins.
Yeah. It's like you can't have one without the other.
Oh my God, I love that. I want that on a shirt.
Let's do it. And she's like, so then, I don't know. She's a crazy lady. But after everything she said to me, because it was so like intense, I'm like, hey, I'm going to do that, Lori. Oh my God. You got it.
That's so funny.
She was good shit. She's like so like retro, like she lives in Medicine Hat, so I like would love to do more readings with her, but she's like in person only, doesn't do technology.
That's unfortunate.
She does email. Every once in a while we like email correspondence, but she's not going to give me a reading over email.
Well, that sucks.
It does.
We should take a road trip.
We should. She's worth it.
Yeah.
She's fucking crazy.
I need to find my psychic person.
Yeah. I'm
like somebody else's, lots of other people's person, but I don't actually have one.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That could be fun.
We should do a channel messages for you. See what your guides say to me.
That would be fun. I would be curious to see.
Oh. We should check it out.
We'll do that.
But I don't get like, you know how you can hear like full-blown conversations? Mine just give me like concepts and then I just have to like sift through them forever. But I actually feel like channeled messages are like easier for me. Soul contracts though, they get a little complicated. It's like a 10-minute blurb about like someone's whole relationship. And it's just like boom, boom, boom. And I'm like, fuck, what's relevant here?
Interesting.
Yeah, we should try.
That would be tough.
Yeah. We should check it out though one day. Try channel messages.
I would like that.
Yeah, let's do it. Once I get back from visiting my dad.
Yes, which is going to be fun for you.
Yeah, it'll be good once we get up there. But my dad lives in Stony Rapids, Saskatchewan, which is
way the fuck up north, people.
Basically at the border to the Northwest Territories. And it is like an unmaintained road. And it's either you can fly for $600 each, which you could go way better places than Stony Rapids for that price, or drive. But like the road sucks. So it's only, I think, about 900 kilometers from here to there, but it takes you like 12 to 14 hours to drive. It's so bad.
Yeah.
And like my dad is just a really weird guy, and he like has very little expression of like emotion or like love or anything like that. But like if you're gonna come up there, like he's gonna pull out the 9 yards and it's gonna be awesome and it's gonna make his whole life. And so we haven't went the past 2 years because of COVID, and my brother moved the year before that. So I'm like, okay, we gotta do this. But getting there is such a bitch. But once you get there, there's like no service. There's like no people. You're just on the lake and nature. It is awesome. But it's a lot.
That does sound. I've never been that far north. I don't even think I've ever technically been to La Ronge either.
We should take a road trip.
We should.
La Ronge is like super nice.
I know. And it's been on my bucket list for the past, probably 20 years.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure, well, there's a rumor. There's no fact checking, but apparently Johnny Cash had like a hidden cabin out there at La Ronge. He just loved it there, and it's where he went to escape his people.
Oh my God, I can totally see that.
Yeah.
Sweet.
There's actually all these weird famous people that live in our province because they can like escape the masses.
Because there's like nobody here.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys follow. This is just another random information about Saskatchewan, Canada. If anyone ever watched WWF, WWE, or even just like, I think, what's this guy in now? I don't know what Bellator fighting. Brock Lesnar. Did you ever watch that shit?
No.
Okay. Well, Brock Lesnar lives in Saskatchewan. It's a famous fight entertainer.
Entertainer. Yes.
I don't know what the word is.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, I used to watch WWF, WWE with my brothers when I was a kid.
Sweet. Every now and again, I'd watch it with my cousin when it was over. But I'm like, that's so fake. I think he got annoyed. I'm like, look, he's going to hit him with a chair. See?
I feel like they are really for real athletes, but come on.
Yeah, it's a little, it's a show though.
Oh, well, but to be fair, just in case Brock Lesnar ever hears this, he left wrestling and went to like
legit
mixed martial arts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so he
good old MMA.
Yeah, I don't want to talk shit just in case word gets out.
We don't live here.
And we don't know what we're talking about.
What?
Anyway, enough about Saskatchewan trivia and famous people.
Yeah, no shit, eh?
But yeah, so that's what I'm up to. And so Leo season's been good to me. Just, a little bit concerned about how much money I've been spending, but whatever. Leo season.
It's so weird because I was expecting to have that. That I want to spend money. I want to go to the stores. I want to do that. I have no want at all.
Interesting. Oh, and I'm definitely vibing, like, pay attention to me. I'm like, and it's like, I don't normally get like this. And it's like, I hate if I ever step into it, but it's fucking Leo season. I'm not going to feel bad about it. But I'm just like, pay attention to me. People better look at me when I walk by. If I'm going to the bathroom, you better look at me.
I did have kind of a Leo moment the other day, though, at rehearsal.
Ooh, let's hear it.
There was this, it was the first time I saw her there. Mind you, I haven't been there for a few days because I was getting some shit done. But I think she's going to be a backstage hand. Of course, they don't need to come in till later on, right?
Right.
And so we were doing a stumble through, and she caught me in the bathroom, and she's like, "You have really good acting skills."
Oh.
And and the first thing I thought of was, I know.
I love it.
But I said, "Oh, thank you. That's so kind." But I'm like, bitch, obviously, not obviously, bitch. She actually seemed like a really cool chick.
Oh, that's
just
awesome.
The way she was dressed, and like, I liked her shirt and the way she did her hair and stuff. I'm like, I feel you.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
You're one of my people. But I just thought it was so cute. But my first reaction was, I know.
Oh my God, I love it. My Leo moment, this is a good example. I was in Moose Jaw, and we went to the spa there for the first time, and it's super nice.
At Temple Gardens?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is that place? I didn't know Moose Jaw was what it is. I've heard lots of great things about Moose Jaw, but I was like,
you never heard of it?
I heard about it, but that was my first time ever going there.
I've only been there once in my life. I like how I talk like I go there all the time, but
no, I also didn't realize, like, I just don't know anything about Moose Jaw. I live up north. Like, we don't have to go there. It's not on our way to anything. So my first time going there, and there's all these cute shops. I heard the spa is awesome, but like, why are there a lot of hot young people there? And like, as you guys know, like, flashback to Kayla in high school. I wore like plaid pants. I wore band t-shirts, which I'm wearing today, ironically. Not plaid pants though.
With a big old sun on it. Like,
oh yeah.
Look at the sun, like the skull lion with the like flaming mane.
Yeah, I have a Metallica shirt on, and if anyone knows Metallica, it's the sun skull with the snakes.
Yeah.
The snakes on it.
Like
so I'm Leo. See what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm fucking here for Leo season, you guys.
Clearly.
I'm here for Leo season. So anyway, there was all these like super edgy guys working there, like tattoos and like gauged earrings and like real trendy, like a guy with a nose ring has a surefire ticket to my heart. If he wants to like I just can't. The more edgy you are, like, and I don't typically see those people around anymore because when I was in high school, it was kind of that was kind of like metal music was big at the time. Maybe. Unless I just thought it was big. But like when you're in high school, there are people that still have their styles and stuff. So they were around. Now that I'm like 30, like they've all kind of like grown out of it and they just like are dads now. And you're like, fuck. Anyway, so there's a whole bunch of them there. And I was like, fuck yeah. And I was like, I'm going to walk by. You guys better pay attention to me. I was just like, Leo season for sure. Beyonce coming through.
Love it.
Yeah. And the only thing that happened that was cool is actually I would never know if people looked at me because I'm so awkward. I avoid eye contact at all costs. I have no idea. This is a funny story, actually. So concerned about like people noticing me. But there was this I went out to call Graham. And I came back and there was like 5 doors to this building. And I was like, which fucking door is the one in? And these people, they were outside smoking. And they could tell I was confused. Like, you can just go in this door. We know you're sitting on the patio. And I'm like, yeah, you would know I was sitting on the patio. That damn straight, you'd know.
That's correct.
Yeah. And then awkward Kayla walks by and like it would have been the best time to like actually check them out. But no, just like eyes at the ground, walk through. I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with me?
Baby steps.
I'm so awkward. It's unbelievable. And I have a friend who's like well, actually, she wasn't a friend at the time. It was the first time I ever met her. And she's like a medium too. And she's like, how come you don't look people in the eyes? And I was like, I don't know.
Why do I have to?
Exactly. And I was like, I don't know. But she's like, you need to start looking. And I was like, okay. I had a good run for a little bit. And
now you're back at her?
Yeah. But remember, you did a session for me, and you were like, oh, your solar plexus chakra is all fucked up again. I'm like, God damn it.
Oh, right.
We made so much progress, and we've reverted again.
No, but your sacral was good. And that's usually your fucked up one.
Impressive. That thing.
Like, no wonder you're all like, bring on Leo season.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my sacral, I'm all creative and shit.
Yes.
I'm all fired up.
Yeah. But then my confidence is real low. So I'm out there trying to do this. I'm like, wait, don't look at me.
It's like, I feel good. Just kidding.
Yeah. Yeah. I want you to pay attention to me, but I'll never know because I'm not going to pay any attention to you.
Yeah.
I'm going to just stare at the ground and walk on by.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's baby steps, right? I'm trying to like just give myself more space to just be what I am.
Good.
But not like make excuses. Be like, oh, it's fine. I'm not confident. I want to be confident. Just not going to be like, you guys get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Leo season.
Yeah. I will say I do feel like I'm super confident right now, though.
Well,
like I'm confident in my abilities. I'm confident in like, I'm like, people will come to me. I don't need to go out there. I don't need to,
I feel that too.
But I'm just like, part of me feels guilty for not feeling like I need to make the effort.
No, you should be thanking yourself. Thank you to me.
Yeah,
for getting myself to the standard where things flow a lot easier.
Yeah. But I'm listening to everybody. Like another friend of mine was messaging me all day today. She's like, yeah, I don't know. I'm just in this mood. And I'm like, yeah, I want like all this stuff. I'm all fired up. And I'm like, what? I'm just like, where is this for me?
Fuck. I know. I wonder where it's going to come through for you.
I don't know if it ever... I cannot think of a time in my life where I've ever been like that, though.
Interesting.
Like, even when I was a kid and, like, I cannot think of ever feeling that fired up about anything. Like, I'm just super chill.
Yeah. I feel like your confidence is generally, like, decent, though.
Oh, it's usually there 24/7, 360.
Yeah.
5. 365? Yeah, 365.
Yeah, you got it.
360.
Your apprehensions make me unsure. I don't know.
I just forgot how many days there were in a year.
Yeah. I think your confidence is pretty good. So I'm glad that mine's, well, I don't know. It's a mixed bag. But I went to the moose jaw with my mom. And I'm pretty sure, come to think of it, my spirit guide told me that when I hang out with my mom, I absorb a lot of her insecurities. And they kind of warned me. They're like, protect yourself because you're going to feel shitty about yourself. And then as I was leaving, I was like, fuck, I feel so shitty about myself. Like abnormally shitty. And I was like, is it because I was in a bathing suit for the weekend? Because there's a spa. And I was like, I was like, what the fuck? And then all of a sudden, like, they chime in and they're like, we told you this would happen and you didn't, like, prepare yourself. So here you are. And it's like the farther I got away from her, I was like, oh, I'm feeling better. Mm-hmm. But my mom actually was awesome. We got along. But, like, she just makes me feel sad about her life all the time. So I just eat it, I guess. I'm like, oh, let me just take that for you.
Well, that's on you.
It is on me.
Your spirit guides are nowhere, just like shaking their head going, fuck, we told her. We told her.
They just tell me so much stuff. There's so much chatter that I sometimes forget the important things. And I notice now they give me like a Cole's notes at the end. They're like, okay, from what we just said to you, the takeaways are these 3 things. And I'm like, okay, I need this.
I love it.
But you know, when you channel information in, it's like, it's not your original thought.
Yeah.
So you actually have to try to remember it.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's just like.
I had a girl come to, and she was kind of looking at me funny. And I know why now, but I wasn't registering because I did a reading for her like before Christmas, I want to say. But I do not remember what I read for people.
Oh, of course not.
So I was like asking her a couple questions and she's kind of looking at me like, you know this, you know, but she would show me anyway. And she's like, yeah, like the last time you read for me, I'm like, well, fuck, I don't remember. I feel bad, you know, but it's literally because I channel, it goes in, it goes out.
Oh yeah. And I remember like who I'm reading for, but I can't remember what I've said necessarily.
Yeah. Like I'm like, oh yeah, I've done a reading for her before. Couldn't tell you what we talked about.
Yeah, for sure.
I've done it, you know.
For sure. Yeah, it's hard to remember.
And they'll be like, well, you do that to me too sometimes. Remember when you told me this?
Oh yeah, I always do that to you.
Sure.
But actually now I've learned, I'm like, I don't say remember. I'm like, well, you did a reading for me and you said this. I just tell you what you told me.
Yeah, now you just tell me, this is what you told me. Yeah. I'm like, I will take your word for it. I love it. I love it. So we have I don't know what you want to call it, an astrological event coming up, right?
Yep.
By the way, I should say, you guys, I meant to say this at the beginning of the podcast. Yeah, we fucked up and didn't realize that we record the day after our other one goes live. So no, we are not talking about ghosts as promised this episode.
We want to give you time to submit your ghost stories.
Yeah, that was on us.
Yeah, whoops.
We just got really excited about the prospect of talking about ghosts. So send us your stories. That'll be
next episode.
Next episode.
Yes.
But we do want them, so make sure you send them in. Anyway, so we have the Lions Gate portal opening up.
On August 8th. 8/8.
Mm-hmm. You know what I realized, though? Okay, so somewhere I read this, and I don't remember where. So do you remember how I told you last week about how my guides told me a portal opened?
Mm-hmm.
I think it was this one, because I read somewhere that I think it actually opens like the end of July, but it like peaks, like peak energies like around the 8th.
Actually, I just read that too. It opened at the end of July, and it's open all the way till August 12th, but it peaks on 8/8.
Yeah. So I was like, that's the portal they're talking about.
Right.
Like, did not clue into that until just this second.
Oh, well, fuck yeah. Thanks, guys. What did they say about the portal?
That it opened.
That was it?
That was it.
Okay.
Because I remember going like, and like, which portal? And that was it. They just wanted me to know that it was open.
Okay. Sweet.
And that the veil had dropped early.
Okay. All right. Sweet. I love it. So I actually don't, when I talk about the 8/8 portal, all I can go with is like what I intuitively know about it. I actually don't know what the rest of the world chatters about 8/8.
Yeah, I know. Me too.
But if I had to tell you what that was and why it's of importance to you, it is a portal that lets light codes in, specifically from the Sirius star cluster, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Sirius. And Sirius energy.
Why so serious?
Yeah. Yes, seriously. The Sirius energy is very like...
You could say it's pretty serious. I don't know what's wrong with me right now.
Fuck, I've said serious like 5 times in like the stars. Yeah. What a mess. But yes, anyway, so it's the Sirius energy in the Akashic records. They have a lot of ties to like trying to educate and reroute humanity. But Sirians are often very creative and like they're enhancers. They don't necessarily come here to forge a new way of being. They take the shit that already exists and they enhance it. So Sirian energy on this planet wouldn't like create the wheel. It would just make the wheel faster, stronger, better, more more dynamic and like enhance everything. So Sirius energy is very like wise, enhancements, like creative endeavors. And then 8 in like numerology is like abundance and manifestation and like leveling into the new place. So you can see what kind of opportunities you'll be given from now to like the end of the portal. It's definitely about like manifestations and like up leveling.
Yeah. See or at least what I know.
Yeah. What's your feelings about it?
And granted, don't come at me, you guys. I don't know a whole, like, hashtag non-astrologer. I feel like that we say that every time.
Oh, fuck, I know.
But, like, I know there's a lot of enhanced, like you say, like DNA activations, third eye, like peaking awareness kind of like, starts to open up. Like lots of psychic downloads come in. Watch your dreams. Like they might be really intense and weird, but it's because you're upgrading.
I had a weird dream last night and I can't interpret it. No.
What is it?
I don't know. It didn't even make sense. I was trying to buy a camper from someone that I knew and they like wouldn't sell it to me. It's like, fucking sell me this camper. And then they got mad at me. Or not mad. They suddenly were like, they're just being really weird. And I knew this person and they were like being really weird. They didn't want to sell me their camper, even though they were selling it. I was like, why can't I have it? There's something wrong with it. They're like, no, I just don't want you to have it. And I was like, okay, whatever. I was like, whatever. I'm not going to fight with you about this. Sell it to someone else. And then like later on in the dream, they were like, I'm really sorry. And it was like little kids. They like pulled me into like this bank of trees. And they like sat me down and they're like, hey, I just want to like tell you I'm sorry. And it reminded me of something that happened when I was a child. But anyway, I was like, what the fuck? And everything was all secretive after that. And I was like, this fucking dream doesn't make any sense. And it's like, if I don't have a dream that, if I can remember it very clearly, usually I'm like, what's the meaning of this? But I'm like, what the fuck was that? It was like part of me sifting through real life things because I want to buy a camper. And I'm like, I don't even know.
Maybe it's just bringing up the old thing that happened from childhood and your inner child's trying to tell you something, but they had to make it in like this realm of possibility.
Interesting. It was like this little boy, and I was like, I don't know. He's a neighbor kid from and I didn't live in town. I think I was a farm kid still. I don't know. And he just pulled me into she's like, I want you to have this. And it was like a little Polly Pocket thing. And I was like, oh my God, cool. And I was like 4, I don't know. And I'm like, cool, thanks. Aren't you sure your sister's not going to be mad? And he's like, no, I don't care about her. I was like, you're like 4 and 5. You're like stupid, right? And then all of a sudden he's like, and then he kissed me. And I was just fucking traumatized. And I like ran inside crying. I was like, oh my God. And then I told my parent or my mom and her friend because they're having coffee and she just thought it was too funny. And I'm like, no, that's fucking traumatizing. Anyway, that was the story. And that's what it reminded me of. So that's my inner child probably is still choked about that. I don't know.
How dare you?
Yeah. So
I will slap you in the face.
Yeah. But yeah, dreams. And then it's a Leo, like it's a light code portal. Like it's like light energies coming in. So you have the activations and upgrades and
the sun's very like I mean, if you can spend lots of time in the sun right now, I mean, wear sunscreen, obviously, but get out there. You know what's also funny?
What?
And like Keith has talked about this since we've been married. Mind you, he had, side note, he had a really funny, like weird dream the other day. He woke up and he's like, I had a dream somebody gifted me $500. And then somebody messaged him about the bike he was selling and they bought it like later that day for $400.
Fuck, weird.
Isn't that weird?
It is weird.
But anyway, what was I talking about? I totally got sidetracked.
Oh shit. The light, the Leo, the sun's really powerful.
Oh yeah. The sun. So I'm technically, my star sign is ruled by the sun. I don't do well in the sun. Like I like it when it's summer. I like the heat. But if it's a super sunny day, I hate being outside. I'm grumpy. I have a really hard time with it. You give me a beautiful warm day where the sun is covered by cloud and it's like overcast, it's my jam.
Nice. Me and the sun are starting to get along a little bit better. I am just so white.
Yeah. Mine isn't even the skin. Mine's it makes me grumpy. It makes me super bitchy. And I don't know why.
Interesting. And you want to move to Mexico?
Yes, because I cannot. You think I get grumpy in like summer? But I mean, Mexico has a rainy season.
That's true.
Where it's overcast and it's
bring that on.
Like that. Yes.
When we were in Mexico a couple years ago now, I guess. It seems like 2020 didn't happen. Like every memory I have feels like it was last year because like nothing happened in 2020.
Meanwhile, it was like 2.5 years ago.
Yes. So 2.5 years ago when we were there was a really stormy day. And honestly, it was like one of those warm, powerful storms. And you were like, fuck yeah. And Graham and I were like in our bathing suit basically outside and everybody's like shivering and then whatever. And it ended up coming out that we were from Canada. And then like 15 people were like, oh, that's why you guys aren't cold.
Yeah.
We're like, it's not even cold. It's like it's like not hot, but it's still warm. And I was like, I don't know. I love days like that. This is a
summer evening for us. Oh, me too.
Yeah, I like days like that.
So our first time he and I went together. Yeah, no, that would have been my first time in Mexico too. It was the craziest thing. One night and it was crystal clear, beautiful night. And it was relatively early still, like I think it was maybe 8, but it's dark there by then, right? And we were like, let's grab a couple drinks, go up to our room because it overlooked the ocean. And we're like, let's just sit, look at the ocean, talk and sip on some drinks. Like, let's not be social. Let's just go hang out on our balcony. So that's what we were going to do. And so we go in and like I said, not a cloud in the sky, the most beautiful night ever.
Wow.
And so he's like, I'm just going to go to the bathroom. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll set up the drinks and get everything. So I'm on the balcony and I set everything down and like we hung up our towels on the side. Like they have that little sidebar all the time on the patio. And there was a crack of thunder and literally everything was sideways.
Whoa.
A mini hurricane literally came out of nowhere. Like it was literally a crack of thunder. I looked around. The trees were sideways. The wind, like the water was pouring in sideways.
Whoa.
Like I was getting whipped in the face. So I grabbed everything, like our towels and everything, because they would have flown away. They would have been gone.
Holy.
And he's like, what's going on? I'm like, I don't know. And then it was crazy. It was crazy.
Wow.
Water was like pouring in. We were on the 3rd floor, I think.
Wow.
And water was coming in our room. Like it was intense. And he's like, get away from the window. Because of course I'm standing there going, this is cool.
Same. I like my degree is in disaster and emergency management. And I just love storms. And I want to see a hurricane one day, but don't want to die in it,
Yeah.
I just think that stuff's so powerful and so cool. And I'm one of those people, and I say this all the time in real life. I don't know if I've said it on here. When stuff like that, just your adrenaline starts pumping and you're just wow, this is so beautiful and amazing. I'm just those are the moments I would have no problem actually dying in because you're just on a high. At concerts, sometimes I'm I could just die right now and I would be so content. And I'm I feel I'd feel the same in a hurricane.
But I guess I feel that would be the close. Remember how I said I don't really feel powerful? That I do. When there is a storm or specifically when one comes up.
Remember that time you made the wind go crazy?
Yeah.
We're sitting on Randy's deck and she's I can make the wind come or whatever. And I was okay, cool, let's see this. And just within a 3-second window, all of a sudden she's concentrating and the wind starts to pick up. And I was what the fuck?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. But there's nothing I love more. That's when I feel the most
actually, yes.
content.
In the storms, there was remember that big storm that blew through here?
Mm-hmm.
It was the night before it actually all ripped trees and whatever. I was driving home and I went the long way because I was just I just felt so powerful. My hair was just all over. I was oh, I just love this feeling. Yeah.
And it's that cool, but it's still warm.
Yes.
And the wind,
and everything's just supercharged. Yeah.
Yes. It's almost the air crackles kind of
yes. Oh, and it's there's a weird lighting. It's not
yes.
It's not super dark, but there's there's light in the background.
Almost there's this film over the top of everything, a gray kind of gauzy film over everything. I'm yes. Okay, look outside.
Oh, there it is. Here comes the storm.
So we took a break, and just so you know, it's super hot here right now. It has not rained in I don't know how fucking long. And it was dead calm. And we're sitting here, and I said to Kayla, I was like, we're going to get a storm. There was none in the forecast, by the way, when I checked a couple hours ago. I was like, oh, it's nice out. How hot is it? Da-da-da-da. And then we're sitting here, and I'm like, it's going to be a storm. And now we look outside, and the wind's picking up, and it's starting to go weird. I'm like,
yeah, Randy knew, because there was definitely no hints of a storm coming earlier when she said that. But it's here. It has arrived.
I said or in the vicinity. So there's one close by, if we don't get it. There's got to be one, like...
Totally. Well, looks like it's coming. Yes. So, what do you recommend for the 8/8 portal?
Okay.
What are you going to do?
What am I going to do? I think there's... when's the new moon? There's a new moon around then too, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this 8/8 portal is also going to be a time to like just like step into your power kind of and like just for like lay a lot of things to rest.
Like I feel like it's a lot of so if I were suggesting and I'm telling you, I would say this is a very great time.
On August 8th.
The new moon is?
Fuck yeah.
Oh. Damn.
Oh, damn.
So, do a new moon ritual, right? But I would do any sort of, it's a great time to get healing work done. It's a good time for your heart chakra. Like I'm feeling it in my chest, so that tells me it's a heart chakra. Or just to move energy, like it'll be super powerful. So if you can book in somewhere, if you're needing like a jolt, like a change in energy, I would book one. Get that all nice, cleared, aligned, because it'll be super powerful. I would, work on some manifestation stuff because new moon, right? We bring in new things. Plus you have the energy of the portal. I would have a salt bath. I would, pull some cards probably, but that's me. I pull cards for everything. But just, I would pay super close attention to your dreams 3 days before and 3 days after and go to bed early because you're going to be tired and you're going to get a lot of downloads. So physically, I would say to rest, have your salt baths, rejuvenate, drink tons and tons of water, fresh food, and chill. Take it super easily, not just physically, but also mentally and emotionally. I feel like this is going to be a very emotional peak.
Yeah, because I am getting like right now as we're talking. So I have been warned, or not warned, but like notified about the full moon at the end of August. So I'm pretty sure that the full moon is on like the 22nd, 23rd.
Oh, I thought it was the 24th, but yes, it could be.
Or somewhere around there.
It's the 20 something.
23rd, I feel like.
Yeah, maybe.
24th, 23rd. Yeah, anyway.
I'm going to look that up while you talk.
And that is supposed to be like a doorway. I don't even want to call it a portal because it's not a portal that's opening up for us. It's like a portion in time. It's a doorway into a new sector of time.
The 22nd.
Okay. So it's a doorway into a new sector of time and like a new time loop starts. And that's when we don't really know when that like power outage is coming, or like the new era, or like the thing, or the news, or whatever it is, that
however it shows up,
whatever it is, it could be the solar flash and we could have a power outage. It could be, just some breaking news comes out and it's going to kind of shuffle and ruffle everyone's feathers. And this is the time that we were talking about, that like the people who are doing the work or whatever kind of need to be like anchored into their power and into their routines. So it feels to me like the 8/8 and the new moon is like the last shebang, like the last sweep, the last put your manifestations out there, the last let's do this.
The let's cut some cord and release and do some final healings. That's why I was really pushing the healings, because I'm like, okay, we need to like physically though clean it out of your body. Yeah. That's what I was getting, is like you need to physically clean it out.
Okay.
Like not only mentally and spiritually, but you got to do it.
You're just going to see me like creep into a booking right away.
Oh, that's okay.
8/8, Kayla's getting a Reiki.
Oh, look, August 8th.
Yeah, right now as we're talking. Yeah, fuck you guys, I'm getting in first.
Yeah. So fun.
But, yeah.
But also 3 days before and 3 days after, it just peaks on the 8th.
Yeah. Exactly.
Or anytime, really, because the portal's open. They assured me of that.
And that's kind of, what I feel like that makes perfect sense to me, too. It's just like, and then it's, of course, Leo season, about owning it, about, like, stepping into your power, that confidence, everything's going to be fine, it works out. Like, when you actually start dissecting this stuff, it's, like, so divine, it's unbelievable. Yeah. And you're like, how the fuck?
You know what's funny? Is I'm surprised that my guides told me it's all about the heart. Because with Leo season, I thought for sure it would all be about the solar plexus.
Yeah, that is interesting.
But they're not. It's about the heart. But then again, the heart of a lion.
Courage.
Oh, I just got goosebumps.
That's good. Courage.
Woo!
There you go. Ding, ding, ding.
Strength. Good old strength card.
Yeah.
No, give me strength, as my friend Brad would always say.
Strength. I love it.
He always says it's strength. Lowell, give me strength. Just wait. I'm trying to convince him to go ghost hunting. You just wait. Wait till you meet Brad. You're going to be like, holy fuck.
Like, I want to meet this warlock.
Yeah, he's funny. We have good times. Yeah. But yeah, this is about being courageous. This is about being strong. Remember, guys, though, that there's a huge strength in being vulnerable.
And fuck, has that ever been happening to me a lot? Mm-hmm. It has been awesome. And there's just a little anecdote I want to share for all the people out there that hate being vulnerable, because I've been trying it lately, and fuck if it ever doesn't work out for you in the end. I think I talked about it a little last time, but I'm like notorious for just like shutting down as soon as things get like too personal, or someone wants to ask me about things that are more deep, or like, why do you believe that? Or what's this? Or what's that? And normally I'd just be like, let's just shut her down. I'm getting really awkward, you know?
It's none of your business.
Yeah. But I've tried this new thing where I like just be vulnerable, and I just tell people like how I got there, or why I look at things that way, or like what the intention behind it is. And like people are like, if you just explain yourself, people usually are like, oh shit, that's a pretty good reason.
Oh damn.
Yeah. And it's like, instead of opting to be like tough as nails and like fucking bulletproof, like of course no one understands you because you're wearing a fucking shield of armor that no one can get into.
Pew pew, deflect.
Yeah. And it's like, I know it's like, of course that it's like that, but like, do you even realize how often you hide your vulnerability? Because I didn't even notice I did that until recently.
Oh, I did it all the time. We were raised very stiff upper lip though. Mm-hmm. Like that's a private thing. You do not show. And then like police officer dad, I remember when his grandfather died, he was super close to his grandpa, and we were supposed to leave on a trip. Just my dad and I, my mom and my sister were in Europe on a school trip. And he and I were supposed to go to BC on the motorbike. Mm-hmm. We had it all planned, but for whatever reason, we kept getting delayed that morning. We couldn't get everything to pack in the saddlebags properly. And we're like, what the hell? Like we had to unpack and pack, and then little things here and there. And then the final straw was, he said, close the blinds in the bedroom. And I was like, okay. Fine. And I was like, you have to. He's like, just go do it. And I went to pull it, and the whole blind came down. And I was like, I'm not even going to tell him. As far as he's concerned, it fell when we were gone. Mm-hmm. It fell. I was like, I'll tell him after. The phone rang. My great-grandfather had died.
Oh, shit.
So it was like, it was delaying us on purpose. Or sorry, that wasn't my great-grandfather. Sorry, that was my great-grandmother.
Right.
Because it was my grandfather who called.
Right. Okay.
Anyway, so my dad, like I said, he was close to his grandparents. So he gets down on one knee. I was like 15 because I couldn't drive yet. And I remember he got down on one knee and he's holding me by the shoulders and like, we have to be strong. We have to be strong. So like, that's always in my, right. It's like, okay, don't show emotion.
Right.
And then he like he was tearing up then, but then it was like, he turned it off. And for the rest of the time, that was it.
Oh, fuck.
So now I see those things.
Right. In yourself or in that?
Oh, yeah. Like both. Yeah. So, but I'm a lot better now. Not like, I just let it out now. I'm like, fuck you. If you don't like it, too bad. Not my problem. Exactly. That's a you problem.
Exactly.
So,
I know. Or like, it wasn't even like, no, I just sucked at vulnerability all in it. But yeah, like it's so hard to undo that stuff. And like, man, there's like a strength in being vulnerable.
Totally. It's way harder to show any sort of like vulnerability than it is to shut out everybody and just clam up.
Oh yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. The next day after I was vulnerable, I replayed that in my head like 4,000 times. And I was like, oh, fuck, what would I do? But then I was like, no, fuck it.
Well, now I'm to the point where I'm like, I just need a good cry. Come on, body. Let's cry. Let's cry.
Let it out.
It's the best. And then it's like, nah, not yet. And I'm like, come on. Let's do this. I need it. And they're like, it's not the time. When it is, you'll know. And I'm like, but I want it guys. Now.
Yeah.
Just like I said, I was a whiny little eBay emo bitch today.
Oh God. Oh well, sometimes you just gotta be.
Sometimes you just gotta be.
Mm-hmm. So speaking of like Leo season and strength and courage, do you have any stories that you're like, you just had like this unwavering confidence in a place that maybe you normally wouldn't be confident and it like paid off, like faking it till you make it? I have one story.
Okay,
I'll go first, and you can jog your memory.
This just puts me on the spot. Like, fuck, I don't know.
I know. I can't think of stories like that. And it could be, it's so vast, you could pick anything, right? I don't think I've ever shared this story here. Hopefully not. But there was this one time. So when I moved to university, I went to university in 2 different cities, and both times they're very far away from where I lived, and I didn't know anybody, and I just moved by myself. And I loved it because no one bothers you. No one wants to make plans with you. No one calls you. And it's like, you just can do whatever you want, whenever you want. And I like being alone. I just like to do stuff. And constantly doing everything by yourself can suck. So anyways, best times of my life. And one of the things that my favorite things to do is usually like go to see music and go to see bands and concerts and things like that. And if you're in a nice dark arena, it's fine. But when it's like a pub and you're sitting at a table by yourself, it's just a teeny bit more uncomfortable, you know? And I've done it, and I'll probably do it again. But I had went to this bar show with a friend, like a new friend. I just met them, and she's like, let's go to this show. And I was like, fucking rights. But as soon as I got there, little social butterfly Allie just like takes off. And I am just there. And I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm by myself again. I'm like, God damn it. And then I was like, okay, I have 2 choices here. And I used to, before I even knew about the Akashic Record, this is the pep talk I'd give myself all the time. And I need to get back to this pep talk. I was like, life is like a story. It's like your story, your book that you're writing. And it's like, what do you want this chapter to say? It can either say like, I awkwardly stood in the corner because I was like nervous or like uncomfortable or alone, or you can just go and like have the best time. And it's like, when I zoom out like that, and I'm like, none of these people matter. None of this matters. It just matters what it says in my book. And like, I'm the main character, right? Like, all right, I don't want it to say I stood in the corner, so I'm fucking going to just enjoy this band. And I like went, and the lights were on, like it was fucking bright in there. I'm like, God damn it. So I like went out to the front because they were playing as like a cover band. So I can't remember what song they were playing. I think it was Everlong by the Foo Fighters, which like, that's a next level song to hear live. And it wasn't the Foo Fighters, it was a cover band. But I was like, fuck, I love this song. I have to just go. So I went, I was just like dancing, and I was just like embodies the most confidence you possibly can. Like, you don't give a flying fuck that you're here by yourself. Because, you know, you can do things, but if you're like awkward about it, it's still awkward, you know?
Yeah.
So I was like, just own it. And I just like danced by myself, and I lost my friend Allie the whole time and like sang, and I was like really giving her, like I was like, I'm here. And this guy walks up to me, whispers in my ear, and he's like, you have the sexiest energy in this whole building. And I was like, boom, yes, fucking rights I do. And then he disappeared into the night. But anyway, and I was like, oh yes. And I had such a good time. And then I like made a bunch of friends because I was by myself, so I didn't always have to rely on Allie, who's like constantly ditching people. So I was like, oh sweet, it was good times. And I just remember being like, fuck, that paid off.
Yeah.
And I totally just faked it till I made it.
I always did that though.
Good for you.
I remember my favorite, like, so when I went to university, well, it wasn't university, it was performing arts college.
Ooh.
I lived in this little village in Victoria called Oak Bay.
La.
And I mean, it's kind of ritzy, but everything closes like super early except for the one pub. And the joke was we called it Croak Bay because it was like the retirement.
Yeah, like old people.
Lots of them. Yeah. So anyway, I used to bike down to the Penny Farthing pub and I would just journal there by myself. Nobody's there. I would just go. I wouldn't even order a beverage. I would order a Diet Coke and I would sit at the bar or at a table if there was a table and just write. And I went so fucking often just to be by myself that when I got there, they didn't even ask. I would sit there, pull out my journal, and they would just put a Diet Coke in front of me.
Oh my God, sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Fuck, I miss, like, I'm sure there's a lesson that I need to learn by like being here right now. And I think it's like, if I can like be alone here and like just tune out the nonsense, like I can go anywhere. But like, I just feel it's too overwhelming. There are too many people who are always messaging me and wanting to hang out. And like, I'm really grateful for that for the most part. But fuck, is it nice to have a beautiful excuse not to do anything with anyone when you don't live around any people. And it's like, I want people when I want people, but most of the time I don't want them.
See, that's my, I kind of have the opposite experience. It's like, when I want people, there's not a soul to be found.
Oh yeah. It's the same problem.
And then, but I'm so used to being alone that it doesn't even, like, I don't even think to, I guess it kind of goes back to the birthday thing now that I'm thinking of it. It's like, it wouldn't even occur to me to try and make a plan. You know what I mean? I'm just like, oh yeah, people.
I know. I feel like I can't. I know exactly what you're like saying. I have like, so if I could describe my problems to you in being social, it's like most of the time I don't want to be. I just want to do what I want to do in any given moment. And I just mentioned earlier, I hate making plans with people because people are so flaky and difficult to work with. Oh my God. So I really like being by myself like most of the time. But then if there's like an event, like let's say a concert or like a show, you know, like a play, or I want to go like a picnic, or I want to go to a movie. And then it's like, hey, there's like something I want to do because I'm interested in it. And I've done many of those things by myself. It's not that I can't do by myself, but then it's like, that's the time where I wish people would unite.
Yeah.
But then they're never available.
Yeah.
And then I also, right now, this is a new thing. This is a new personal struggle, is I have like new friends. I've really like separated or outgrown from my old group of people. And then it's like, I have this new group of people, which I love, but like none of them know each other. And most of them are like very introverted and they don't want to all come together in one room. And nor do I want them to, because it would just be like, you're the middleman, right? And it's so awkward to like try to find ways to like bring everyone in.
Oh, I don't know. I'm one of those people. Maybe I could be a bad person for this, but I do bring those people together, and I'm like, you're gonna figure it out because you're big boys and girls.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna do what I want, and I'm gonna go over here. My mom used to force me to bring my sister to things, and she's very much a wallflower, and like won't start a conversation unless someone starts it with her. Well, everybody else knows each other, so they would get into conversations and not include her. But I would go fuck off and do my own thing because, like, I go from group to group because I can't stay with one group very long. Because what fun is that? If I'm going to see people, I'm going to see them all in one night, so I don't have to see them for a while. And she would sit there and pout, and then I would get in trouble. Oh, fuck. And I'm like, I don't play that game. Like, she can stop coming then because she knows what I'm like. I'm not going to not.
For sure.
You know? But I would get in trouble. Because I didn't babysit. Even though I said, I don't want to because this happens, I'm still the bad person. Which was annoying. It only happened a few times. Like, I think she just stopped wanting to go out after that.
Actually, now that you say that, the best way to do that is like, there's like a real event happening. Like, it's like a concert and you're like, I'm going to be here. If anyone wants to hang out, just send the message to everybody. And it's like, I've put it out to a whole bunch of people, come or don't come. Not going to be your babysitter. Just join me. So
what is your, I guess a concert would probably be like your number one thing, hey?
100%. But good luck finding me at one of those. Like, I'm all over the place.
Well, no. I'm just thinking like, what would be my...
Actually, yeah, it's like always a concert. But even like, who was here? The Trues a couple years ago. few years ago, 5 years ago. And I just put the feelers out and I was like, we're going, get us tickets. And like, that was super fun because the entertainment is there. You're not the entertainment. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. My favorite, I think, thing that I ever used to do besides ghost hunting was, because this is the kind of teenagers we were, we would all get together and we would cook dinner together, have very interesting conversations.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
And then we would dress up for dinner and have wine, and we would have like a dinner party.
Oh my God, that sounds so fun.
Like if I were going to plan a birthday party thing, I think that's what I would do.
Yes.
I like, let's all dress up, cook together, have deep conversations, and just sit and, eat and drink wine.
Sweet. I actually love that. That's so cool. I've never even done that before. Yeah. I went to parties and like potlucks and stuff.
That was our party.
Yeah, but not like dress up and like actually connect in a meaningful way.
Yeah, but how many 16-year-olds do you know ever did that?
Yeah, what the fuck? No.
That was what we did.
Oh, that's cool. That sounds like fun. We should do that. Yeah, but like anyway, you know what sucks though? It's like over the summertime, everybody's really social, and then all of a sudden in winter, like when you really want maybe more social life, it's like everyone's kind of like blah blah. Like that's how it is in my life right now, and it's just like I just have friends all over the place.
Yeah, and
I like love them all so much, and I'm so glad I've been able to see them. But it's just sometimes I'm like, holy shit, I can't keep up.
I don't really have that many. Like I have lots of friends on like Facebook and stuff,
mm-hmm.
and like this group of friends and that group of friends, but none that I really would do anything with.
Mm-hmm. It's just a new thing. Like because I think I manifested it too.
Oh, but you're still young though.
Yes.
Because like in my 20s, yeah, it was like this group, that group, we're going to do this, blah, blah, blah. And then it's like my 30s came and it was like that goes away. And it's hard to make new friends.
Oh, yeah. I feel like it's actually, I like manifested it. I was like, I kind of lost like my group of friends, my original group of friends. And I kind of put it out there. I was like, I need like more people that are like-minded. And like it's just people that like, they were like old friends that we just sort of got more connected with. And I'm like, fuck yeah. So it's actually been awesome. It's just, I haven't found like the rhythm yet.
Yeah. I feel like, I have like a couple of ride or dies.
Yeah.
Like OG, been there for a long time friends. Like Lisa, obviously. Yeah. You guys have heard me talk about Lisa like how many fucking times. I am her son's godmother. Like, But and then like Carly's been around forever. But really, none that we can sit and talk about this kind of stuff. So it's like a weird, like they do, but also not quite to the same.
Right.
Well, Carly's into it though.
Oh, that's good.
But but she also does not live here.
Right. She's in Saskatoon, hey?
Yes. So it's like there's nobody around to like other than you, which is why we hang out all the time, I think.
Totally.
But like to dive and like have those deep conversations.
Yes.
Luckily Keith's getting like we have deep conversations kind of about this, but also about kind of other things that tie in. But
yeah, no, it's super nice. I've just started talking about this stuff with like they don't obviously contribute most of the people, like, but it's like I just talk about it anyway. I'm like, yeah, fuck it. But I think the issue is like a lot of my friends actually don't live here. So there's like an extra level of like complications. They're like, oh, I gotta wait for the weekend and oh, I gotta do this, and you're like, oh fuck, like
yeah.
But it's good. It's just like the new ebb and flow, right? Like so much has changed in my life.
Exactly.
Like over the last 2 years, it's like I can't even recognize my life. And that was like a grieving sore spot, like maybe like probably over the winter. Like I just can't recognize my life. Like I don't know what to do. And now I'm starting to get my footing again. And I'm like, okay. And then it's trying to like establish like a new way of being. I just haven't integrated it yet. But also it's been hard. There's been nothing to do.
True.
So that
like to be fair.
And I don't know. I just like doing stuff. I just like things that like get my like passion flowing, like there's people and it's like exciting. Like my friend and I always go to Rush games and I was like, I don't care. I don't know a fucking thing about the Rush, like lacrosse. Like I don't even know what's happening, but it's just fun.
That's a nightmare for me.
Oh yeah. I know. I was like thinking, I forget there was, we talked about last time, Our Lady Peace is playing. Oh, you're right, Randy.
I would like, totally go.
Yes.
If it weren't for the play. It's just the bad timing. Because otherwise I would go with you 100%. I was
like, I don't know if she likes concerts. But yeah, fuck, that's right. Oh yeah.
It's like I said, I'll go, but I can't do them all the time. I can't be picky about them.
For sure.
But Our Lady Peace, yeah, fuck, I'd go to that.
Keep my eyes peeled for other things then after the show.
Yeah.
After your show.
Yeah. And as long as I prepare, like, mentally and energetically for it, it's not so bad.
And it's easy if you, like, know what's going on. So, like, with Our Lady Peace, it's like you're going to know the words to the songs. You just like, I'm just going to sing these. You have something to focus on.
Yeah.
Versus all the people.
Carly's another one who loves to go to concerts. Hey?
Oh,
nice. Like, all different kinds, whatever. Like, she just goes. And I'm like... Oh, it'd have to be pretty special for me to leave my house.
Right.
You know?
Oh, man.
Like, if it was a band I didn't know, I'd be like, no.
I'm just like a busybody. And it's like, I don't know. I like to be alone. I like to do nothing. But I don't know. I just have like too much like... I think I would say this. I was like, the thing I like about like concerts or sporting events or whatever, it's like, I just love music. That's the main thing. But it's like people fight with each other all the time. The world is so divided. And then for like that 4-hour block of time, everybody has the same focus. And it just feels like everyone kind of like unites. Even if it's the opposing team.
Yeah.
You're still like, you're just like that camaraderie. You're like, everyone for once is like focused on the common thing. And we're all on the same team. And it just feels like I just get like little glimmers of like humanity's power if we could just be redirected instead of fighting each other.
Yeah.
I just think that's so cool.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong. I've gotten into fights at concerts because people are like, fucking twerks.
Of course you have.
Yeah.
I could just see it. Oh my God.
Oh, I used to get there so early because I'm really short. And if you're in like, if you're in a floor seats at like a mosh pit show, like I don't want to be in the fucking mosh pit.
Yeah.
I want to be close and I want to be close enough to see. So I'd get there pretty early so I could get like close to the gate or close to the front. And you're like, this is where I'm staying. And I was like in high school. Like now I don't try that hard, but it's like in high school and then fucking the people would come like worm in there and just like, I remember one time I was at a concert and like people would come so tight, like my collarbones hurt.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got pulled out of that one because it was crazy. I was like, fuck, but no, I just punched those kids.
I remember that happened to us at Edgefest 97, I think. Yeah, because Princess Diana died that day. So we all went and like my friends and I wanted to see Age of Electric. Nice. So bad. So we stayed at where they were playing and we saw the band, which we didn't really care about before then, but we knew they were on that stage. So we're like, we're going super early. We were right at the front.
Yeah.
We did the one for sure, maybe even 2 bands. Like we just stood there for, even though there was other things that we kind of wanted to see. And I think Our Lady Peace might have been there too.
This is a common theme later. Yeah.
Clearly it's like, you should go.
Yeah.
But I mean, but they were on the big stage and they were one of the last ones. So we're like, we're good. We can do both. And then, or if it wasn't Our Lady Peace, it was someone like that. But all of a sudden, Age of Electric comes on. We're like, just like, yeah. And we got pulled back. Like, because we were right at the front, right? Fuckers. And like third, like people just kind of grabbed us and like pulled us out of the way. And then we couldn't.
Oh yeah, it's fucking,
were we mad?
Oh, it's a mess down there. And I feel like I was like pretty short and small. I would have been the person that everyone was like, we're gonna get this bitch out. But I've been going to concerts before I could drive. My mom and dad used to drive me to Saskatoon and drop me off when I was like 13 and 14. Like brave souls. One time I was at Motley Crue. Our parents drove us, so we were in the mosh pit, and they were passing around like joints and booze and stuff, and just drinking. There's a bunch of old people like, "Don't let them drink." And me and my friend Savannah were like, "No, fuck that. We're 13. We're drinking."
Yeah.
So bless our parents. I've been going for a long time, so like, I wasn't that easy to move, but I would just be so fucking annoying.
Oh, see, the fact that it was touch and go if we would be allowed to go to this concert.
Yeah. How old were you guys?
Like 15.
Oh yeah. Okay. Same. Yeah. So that like when I was little, I had to learn pretty quick how you hold this front spot because people just moved you out of there.
97. Oh, sorry. 16.
16. Okay.
I would have just turned 16.
Nice.
But it was like, we were so mad because security did fucking nothing.
I know they don't care.
And yet the other shows, they were like helping people, and we were like the same security guards were there the whole time, and we were like,
worst.
What the fuck? We've been here for hours. And they did nothing.
So maddening.
And I was like, oh, you guys, we aren't cute enough. Because we were like little like weirdos. Whatever.
Weirdos. Oh,
but I was pissed.
Oh, fuck. I know.
But yet, I'm sure if we'd have been dressed differently and done like the cute little, I don't know, goth girls or whatever, how they were all walking around there, they would have.
Oh, you think so?
Oh, 100%.
Oh, fuck. Thank God for security guards at concerts. The concert that I had to get pulled out of, I've never had to get pulled out of a show for being in pain. I tolerate a lot of pain up there. But it was Alexis on Fire. And people go insane for that band. Like, wildest mosh pits all the time. And I just remember being like, I can't do this. And I had to get the security guard to pull me out. I was like, fucking my collarbones are going to compress. Like, yeah, good times.
Yeah.
Fuck, I miss shows like that.
It's been a long time since there's even been.
Yeah, and like that was kind of like back in the day before like people had cell phones, but they weren't smartphones. You know what I mean? So you just like, you're not just gonna like text your buddy. Like now people like scroll. So it's before the ages of cell phones and stuff. And now when you go to shows,
and if you had a cell phone, you better not be fucking using it unless you absolutely needed it, because the cell phone plans were ridiculous.
Brutal. And you like, they were so expensive, you wouldn't have ever brought them into a show.
Yeah, and like, if you did, you guard that fucker with your life.
Yeah.
And they were really big.
Oh, super big.
Like brick phones.
Yes. So like we didn't have that. So like people were really interested. And now like I think the scene is like dying. Like it's like I think country music is kind of like big right now. Pop. Like I don't know. It always revolves like what the big thing is. And when I was starting, it was legitimately kind of like hardcore music.
But I feel like it doesn't even matter the kind. It's the festival shows are gone.
Yeah.
Like the Lilith Fairs and the Edge Fests.
Yes. And even Warped Tour. I used to go to Warped Tour every year and it's done too. I thought that one would never die.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they just have changed a lot. So when you go to a show now, it's just like you're there for the one band, right? Or whatever. Or like you see the opening shows. But people are so like detached now. They're just kind of on their phones and like, I've seen a couple of good shows.
They're recording it instead. And I'm like, you're here.
I've seen a couple of good ones though. But it's like also with 2 years since we've seen a show, like stupid COVID.
I think the last show I saw was 4 or 5 years ago. It was Dolly Parton in Edmonton.
Oh my God. Sounds like so much fun.
It was so good. If you get a chance to see her live, like go see Dolly Parton.
My sister and I like just don't give a fuck. She's my little concert buddy. So we're like looking for good bands like anywhere in the country. We're like anyone who's coming anywhere close in Canada, we're going to fly out. So hopefully soon.
Fun.
We're going to see AC/DC cover band in Saskatoon on August 14th.
Yeah.
That's your birthday.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that was the one I was going to invite you to because it's your birthday. And then I was like, oh, wait.
I'll be at rehearsal.
And I was like, yeah, like AC/DC. And then, yeah, you're busy, so we'll do something else.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was off topic, but.
Yeah, maybe we'll just rent an Airbnb with like a nice kitchen and a bunch of rooms, and we can just have like that cook together dinner party.
Oh my God, that'd be so fun. Let's do it.
Mix it with some ghost hunting.
Oh my God. Okay, yes. And when is your show done? When does everything kind of lighten up?
The end of August. It starts like it doesn't open until like the 20th.
Oh, okay, so we're like,
and it's 2 weekends.
Okay, got you.
So we're talking like September.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
it's just another day, right?
Oh.
Like you know what I mean? It's just the intention is there.
Yeah, it means like the actual day means
for sure.
Nothing. It's like Christmas to me.
Yeah,
all those days mean nothing.
Yeah, it's more like the energy that comes, like the intention that comes with the day.
Yeah.
Anyway,
and
I don't know what the fuck we're talking about now.
I don't know. We got sidetracked with like concerts and events. And
well, I think it's just like also like I'm super fiery. I'm ready to throw down. Like who wants to hit up a mosh pit?
Oh, I got an idea. I got a question for you.
Okay. Oh fuck.
It reminds me of your meme, I guess. If you were to pick like one celebrity that's like, who is your Leo season like idol, if you could be or embody anyone, who would you embody in Leo season?
Okay, it has to be Leo season. Fuck, who would I be?
You know what I mean though, right?
Oh yeah.
Because I'm gonna piss a lot of people off right now.
Who would you be?
I cannot stand Beyonce. I cannot fucking stand her.
I don't really know that much about her, but she's definitely the queen.
And well, why though? Like, I'm like, she's not even that great. She can sing, but like, there are better people out there to idolize.
Oh, for sure.
And I'm not talking about like her as a person. I'm talking about, you know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
yeah. Oh yeah, more like
I don't really get the hype over her.
Yeah.
But I'm also not an R&B fan.
Yeah. No, I like some of her songs, but I definitely am like, we're just talking about metal music. Like, she's not on my top list either.
Yeah.
Who would it be?
And like, even her persona, maybe. Like, I just don't.
She's actually kind of shy.
I don't mesh with her vibe.
No.
You know? I don't know. I mean, I guess she is quite Leo because I feel like a lot of like, look at me energy.
Mm-hmm.
But if I were going to embody a type of look at me energy, I think J-Lo?
I was just thinking about her too. I was like, fuck, probably J-Lo, yeah.
Like, if I had to pick... No, sorry. I take it back. My ultimate would be Cher.
Yes. Okay. Cher takes the cake.
I have also seen her in concert. Yes.
Have you seen that meme, or not meme, that like reel of her going around? She's like, ha ha ha, I love men, but you don't really need them to live.
No.
Oh, she is something else. And I love what she wears. Like, it would be Cher. I can't even... Who else can you pick after Cher comes on the table?
There's just... Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm like, Beyonce. Fuck Beyonce. Bring in Cher. Because she is the ultimate badass bitch forever.
Yeah.
Hit us up, Cher.
Fuck yeah.
So that was kind of like a major sidetrack. Like, but I mean, Cher, Leo season... Like, how do you not see the correlation there?
Oh my God. She's like the embodied. Is she a Leo? When's her birthday? I wonder.
How do I not know her birthday?
I don't know. Let's find out. But yeah, she is definitely like the ultimate Leo vibes.
Yeah. For me, anyway. I'm sure lots of people, it's Beyonce or Britney or Ricky Martin. Fuck, I don't know. But for me, it's Cher all the way. But yeah. So good. So we talked about the portal. So yes, we kind of got sidetracked there too because we started talking about concerts and stuff. So you guys pay attention to your dreams, write them down, get ready for downloads, rest up.
Mm-hmm.
And it's happening on a new moon. So perfect manifestation time, perfect to get those intentions out there and have them boosted, right? Also, the veil is down way early. So my guides have told me, and I can feel it. Like, I can feel that it's down. So this is going to be uber powerful. Book in to get your healings done. If you feel that you need your energy moved and shifted, because this is a very powerful time as well. And it'll be like, I bet the shit that comes through in people's sessions,
it's going to be crazy,
would be insane.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid, you guys, if you find a healer online that does distance, I'm telling you, they're just as good and sometimes even more so.
Yeah.
It's insane. Like, I had a distance healing with a gentleman who was having issues with his arm and he was waiting for an ultrasound or whatever. So I did a distance healing on him and I was like, there's like a small energetic tear in your bicep. So, you know, we worked on that, blah, blah, blah. And he emailed me when he got his results from his ultrasound. Tear in his bicep.
Whoa.
So you guys, it's legit. Whether you're in person, whether you're distance, it does not matter. So don't be afraid of that.
Yeah. I was actually going to say, like, I feel, because I've been doing only recordings this summer for the most part. And I honestly want to say the information comes in more clear sometimes because I'm not like in front of that person fighting their ego or trying to make sure I don't say anything offensive, or like, I'm not like, it's just coming out a lot more free. Yeah. I fight, like, especially if they're a newbie, like, never come to me before. Like, I'm fighting their guides. I'm fighting, like, their body, like, just kind of like there's always the nerves and I don't know what to expect and blah, blah, blah. So there's, like, you got to get through that little layer. Yeah, it might only take 10 minutes, but that's 10 minutes away from, like, we could have gone that much deeper, quicker. Exactly. Right. And it's not that I don't want people's feedback or anything. I mean, and I'm like doing recordings for like a legitimate reason this summer, but I did a reading for a girl the other day and it was like 80 minutes long and it was a fucking recording. Like, that's how much information came through. And when I meet people face to face, it's like, if there's a lot of back and forth, I actually have in the past had to cut out information. Yeah. Otherwise we'd be on the call for 2 hours and it's like, it's just, it's just more direct. Like it sucks that there's not as big of an like it's not, some people crave that connection,
Yeah.
Which I understand. There is definitely like a nice depth to that, but it's like it's almost like surface level then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You can just get that much more in.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. But that's not to say that there isn't benefit from in-person as well.
Oh, for sure.
Like my coaching clients and you know what? I had a few really great, surprising in-person Reiki sessions too the last few days. So either is beneficial.
Oh yeah, they're the same. It's the same thing.
Mm-hmm. So it's just a matter of what you want to do, what you're comfortable with. But I'm just saying you don't have to be, there's a misconception out there that like recordings, distance stuff, that it's not, I don't know if it's not, they just don't think it's real or it's not as powerful or whatever. It's all the same because energy is energy.
Yeah. I have like a little diagram I send to people when they ask me that question. I'm like, this is what's happening.
Nice.
And then they're always like, oh, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Anyway,
sidetrack again. But yeah, go get that done. Clear yourself out. Light yourself some green candles or pink for the heart chakra, whatever you connect with. Put a little bit of salt on them if you can. Really rub them in to cleanse that out, and light a candle and watch it. Meditate on it for 15 minutes a day until the portal's done from now.
Sweet. Love it. I'm going to do that.
Yeah. Me too. That just came to me. My guys are like, hey, do this. I'm like, I will. I most certainly will. But yeah, anyway, we'll leave it here. Let us know how your guys are. Like, are you feeling this energy? What is your Leo season like? I'm really hoping mine picks up. But like, it feels like, yeah, your Cancer season is my Leo season.
Cancer season.
But it's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good. I'll go ghost hunting. It'll fix everything.
Perfect. Love it.
All right. Have a good week. We'll see you very soon. Send us your ghost stories.
Because next week
we're going to talk about ghosts.
Yes.
And illustrate a book about ghosts. Isn't that, what is the actual words? Is it illustrate a book about birds?
I don't know.
I think it is. Good old Nirvana. That's the only thing I remember about them. It's illustrate a book about birds. And I'm like, what the hell am I listening to? That was that's how I got introduced to Nirvana. Yeah. So I was like,
what the hell is
what am I listening to?
Yeah, no doubt.
So it was cool though. It's all good.
Love it.
All right, kids. Have a good week. Bye.